Hey everybody, this is Tazalon for Drop Top Tees, but really today I am doing this video for Madness Autoworks 500 Madness. They sent me their new Madness MAXBoost ECM pack. And full disclosure, they sent it to me for free in exchange for me doing an install video on it. So I am going to show you how to install this. It's not very complicated. It may take a little patience because you have to go in through the wheel well to do the one cable, but you basically have two cables that you have to splice into the existing connections. All you're going to do is take a connection apart, splice the male and the female end in twice, and hook it up to the main unit, mount the main unit, you're done. Okay, so the first thing, let's look at what you're going to need. It's something probably everybody has in their garage. Whatever tool you need to take off your tire lugs, because you're going to want to take off the passenger front wheel. You need a 10mm wrench or socket to disconnect the negative terminal on your battery. Since we're working with electronics, we want to disconnect the negative terminal. And flathead screwdriver. So the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the negative terminal. I already have my wheel off because I think everybody knows how to take off a wheel. Wait. This is, for me, this is a 10mm. I think for most people it's a 10mm. So we're going to loosen this up. Lift that off, put it out of the way. There we go. Okay. Now, let me show you right now where we're going to be. I'm going to get a flashlight to make sure you can see. Right there, that little yellow tab, that is the manifold pressure sensor. That will go to one of the connections. The other connection, I can't show you. It's way down there, so let me get underneath the car and I'll show you exactly where it's at. It's hard to show you. It's behind the alternator. If you see, I'll draw a little arrow on the video. You can see the end facing us. We have to be able to reach on top and unsecure the clamp and then pull it apart. When I get up there, it's going to be hard for the camera to show you what I'm doing. Now, in order to get there, if you have a small hand, you can reach from right here. But to make it a little easier, we are going to remove that trim piece right there. So you just pop that and it pulls right out. Pop that, pulls right out. And I don't know if it'll show up, but all of these have a flat spot right here. Okay, you can get them in here, but the easiest way is to find the flat spot, go underneath and then pop it out. Now, if that flat spot is at an angle where you can't really get your screwdriver in, you can usually take and just twist it with your fingers even when it's installed and turn it to where you need. Like this one's on both sides, but you can actually take and twist it most of the time because this is loose. It's just this plastic connector, so you can take your fingers and just twist it to where you can get at the slot that you want to get. Now, I've taken this all the way out, and it'll deceive you when it's in there and it looks like there's a seam right here, but that's all one piece, okay? So I believe there's 17 holes, and I have one more to go on this other piece I want to take out. Now that I can get to this back one. And then that snaps out there. When these are all hooked up, this piece is going to plug into here. So we have to decide where we're going to put this first, because we have to make sure our wire and cable can reach this when we're done. So what I would suggest, and I'm going to have to clean this off before I do it, is mounting this right here. You can use double-sided tape or Velcro, however you want to put it there. It makes it nice and easy. We're going to take our wires out from here. So we want to be able to hook this up right here, so our cables can go right down through here to the sensors that they need to go to. Now, one thing we want to be sure of is right down there is the belt. And we don't want the cable to dip down and catch that while the car's running, because that'll mess stuff up. So we're going to use zip ties and secure it off when we're done. But since we know we're going to put it there, we just have to leave enough room for this cable to reach right here, and I think that's going to be fine. The cable's long enough to reach. Okay. We're going to take the screwdriver. There's a little T right here. Just stick it behind the T and slide. And that releases the locking mechanism. Now, this black plastic bar right here, I press down on that and pull, and it comes apart. Okay, now we're going to splice. Okay, on this one there is a rectangular, kind of almost like a home base shape, but it's flat. On the other side is like a triangular notch. This is the one you want facing, I'll call it up, but you want it facing the locking mechanism. So in the male piece, you can see it from the side, there's a tab right here. That piece has to be facing out. You can see another triangle notch right there. We're going to slip it on until you hear that click, click. Now it's in, now that's secured. If you ever want to take it off, you just press this tab down and you can pull it off. Okay, now I'm going to do the boost sensor. That one's a little bit more complicated. There's no space really to put the camera. I don't know how well it's going to show up. We'll try to see if we can get it on video. But this one, you kind of have to just reach up, use your finger to unlock it, pull it free, and then you're going to have to put it up there. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you on camera what I'm doing. You're going to repeat the process right here, but it's going to be more by feel. Is you reach up over top and you can feel the tab. It's like I can't even show you hardly this. As I said, this is this one is potentially the slightly harder one for everybody because it is by feel. That tab is right at the top end facing the outside of the car, so you just have to reach up over the edge and just pull that little yellow tab out. I did it without, I've never done this before. It took me about maybe 15 seconds to feel where the tab was, and just you just gently pull it out and then it just disconnects. So it looks more fearsome maybe and intimidating than it was. And so let me get this spliced in, and then I'll show you where we're going to secure the cables, and we'll put everything back together, connect the battery, and that'll complete the install, other than we have to download the app, and I'll show you that too. You can see the female receiver. The male end will go there. This with the tab is on the upside. Again, I don't know when my hand goes up there how well you're going to be able to see this. This tab is going to go on the top side. This slot here will go into that oblong edge on the bottom under that ridge. So I have to get this lined up. Again, I don't know if I can do it on camera because I need two hands to do it, and there's no camera hand left for the camera. So I may just have to show you what it looks like when I'm done. But it's going to go on like this and push back. Okay, there's the top part, there's the bottom part. Push in like this. I have the male part on. I have it secured. When your hand's on the top of it, you may accidentally hit that little lever that pops it loose, so it may take you a couple times to get it secure. You can see how that little oval type ridge slides right into that slot, and then the latch will be on top. Just make sure it's secure, and then you can go ahead and do the other connection, which again I'm going to have to do off camera and show you when I'm done. Okay, I have it positioned so you can see that right here, you can see on the new piece that triangular ridge that goes toward the side that has that yellow tab and locking slot. You want it facing that end. If you do it the other way around, it's not going to lock in position. So I can't really get my hands up there and show me doing it. There's one thing you need to do before we try to permanently mount the control unit, and that's on the back of it right at the bottom here. There's a pass key. We need that number to pair it with our phone. I've already cleaned this off with a warm soapy washcloth and then isopropyl alcohol. So this over here, I'm going to Velcro it on. We'll see how that works at first. They actually, if you want to, give you slots right here to where you could use zip ties. If you want to put it somewhere else, you could zip tie it in place. So I'm going to take this A cable from the manifold air pressure and zip tie it up here. probably going to put a 2 on here because I don't want it dangling down at all. So you can see I put one right here, another one right there. That's going to hold that up and away from everything down below. And then we'll secure the other table. I'm probably going to put this cable just like this. That'll hold that right there. If you wanted to, you could probably put another one down there. But I'm trying to make this easy to get to if I have to move it or take it out. You could probably do both of these with just one zip tie right here. Okay.
They're still on camera.
And then if I do another one, right like here, okay, so what we're going to do before we hook up the last piece is just to test it without it actually finalizing the hookup. And this may come out. This is the blank. You want to, you can see how the prongs are,
I don't know why I was blinking.
the prongs are toward one edge. So you want to take these spikes and put them the other way. This will just slide down in there like that. And then we're going to push this in. Okay, now that is, if you wanted to disable it, it's now hooked up and it's running the bypass. That's the bypass plug. So it's acting just like it's a normal, it's acting just like it was before you ever hooked anything up. So we're going to hook our negative back up, restore power, and then we're going to turn on the car. Have any codes? We're good. The bypass is working, which means hopefully our connections are all right. So now we're just going to plug it in and download the app. I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll start the car again. So I'm going to press this down, press that, pull this out, and okay, that little blue gasket.
What?
This little blue piece I need to transfer over. Make sure you don't bend your prongs doing this, but that'll just slide out.
Oh,
And again, it's going to go in like this. You want that to lock. I'll put it here. And then I'm going to take one more zip tie and put it right here, just to keep this from flopping around. I don't really need to do this one real tight. I just want to be able to hold it here. And again, if you look here, shine the light on that. There's a little tab there to where if you wanted to run a zip tie through here, like I could move this up here and zip tie it through that if you wanted to. So now we're going to start it again, see what happens. But first, where's your phone? We're going to go into whichever app store you use, and just look for Madness Power Pack. Got to spell it right. Madness Power Pack. We're going to download this. Open. Do you have Bluetooth on your phone?
I should.
Okay. Okay, start the car. It'll get power and we're gonna have to, if it finds it, we'll have to punch in that code so it pairs up. And then we control it through the phone.
Okay, I'm turning on the car.
I know. We have our green light. So we're getting power. Enter the pass key. Okay, now it's scanning, waiting. There we go, we're in. Okay, so now we can turn it off where it's just running as normal. I can change the degree of eco mode I want. I can put it in race. I got 5 settings of race, and I got sport. That turns red. If I put it in race, it turns purple. If I put it in eco, it turns green. If I turn it off, it's kind of white. So if you're ever wondering if it's working, just look right here. If your light matches how you have it set, it's receiving the signal. Okay? And as you can see, after we turned off the car, it turned off. It's not going to stay on and drain your battery. I won't bore you with showing you me putting in all those push pins again and putting the wheel liner back in. You just put it back in, push the push pins in, put your wheel on, lower the car, and tighten up your lug nuts. Make sure you cinch them down good, and you're done. It's yours to enjoy. Again, I would say a beginner can do it as long as they're patient. It's not as difficult as it initially looks. When you get down there and look at where it's at, you're like, oh my God, I can't do that. You need the whatever socket you need to take your lug nuts off. I'm not giving you an exact number because depending on what wheels you have on your car and which model car you have, that may change. I know on my car, it's a different socket than I just used for Saxy. On my daughter's car, I think it's a totally different socket. So whatever socket you need to take your wheel off, a 10 millimeter to take the negative off your battery, and then a fairly narrow, flat screwdriver to take the push pins out. That's the only tools you need. Combine that with patience, and after you do it the first time, you'll be like, oh man, I could actually do those connections in like 10 or 15 minutes now that I know how. So just be patient. If you have any questions, call Madness at their number and they'll be glad to help you out. For Drop Top Tees and for 500 Madness, this is Tazlon. If you like the video, thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I hope you enjoy your Madness MAXBoost ECM. Have a good day, guys. And I would be remiss if I also don't thank my lovely wife, Jennifer, who was the videographer for much of this. Believe me, where we were at, there's some hard angles. So if you like the video, thank her too.